Goldman came out with a pretty incredible report. And I'm going to share my screen here, but I'm going to make sure I break it down that everybody understands. And they came out and said that copper is going 30% higher. Okay? Did a great job. This is December 1st. And I read the whole report. It was a fantastic report. It really was. It was well done. It's saying that going to 2021, the copper market should face the tightest market conditions in a decade, owing to a substantial deficit. This period would be framed by a robust cyclical and policy-driven demand environment set against already low inventories, a fast-approaching peak of base case mine supply, and a falling dollar. We believe a significantly higher copper price is needed to help balance this structurally tight fundamental backdrop. And if you look at the charts here, in copper, it's kind of amazing how much copper has risen. No one's talking about it. So copper in 2010 was around, it hit $4. And we're looking at, in 2016, it fell to $2. It's been pretty much up and down. And then during during the recent pandemic, it fell to about $2 again, $2.10. And 6 months ago, it was about $2.40, $2.50. Now, it's at $3.50. So it's at $3.50, right? $3.47. Why is that a big deal? Well, when we bring it back to the biggest companies in the world, the Barracks, the producers, right? The Barracks, you have Newmont Mining as well, right? You have all these companies that are producing like crazy. Their average cost to produce is under $1,000 for gold. It's incredible when you think about it. Where are prices now? So when you look at prices are, $1,800 to $1,900. These guys are making money. Again, their production costs all in are less than $1,000. And I want to bring something up for you here, because when you see Barrick's statement here, let me just bring it up. So I have their presentation up. I mean, reducing their debt by 71%, operating cash flow $1.9 billion. These are gold companies, guys. Record free cash flow of more than $1.3 billion. This is Barrick. And then when you look at the average selling price is going to be, for the first 9 months, is under 1,000. And they're producing 3.5 million ounces of gold, which is incredible. But copper is a byproduct of gold. Well, gold is a byproduct of copper, whatever you want. But when you produce gold, you're going to get copper, lead, zinc. It's almost like if you're drilling a hole for natural gas, or if oil, you're going to get natural gas, or vice versa. So you have all this copper, and what these companies do is they all include everything. They call it GEO, gold equivalent ounces. This way, it's one number, everybody can understand, and it's cool. No one's talking about copper. Now, if you look at Newmont, 20% of their production is from copper. If you look at Barrick, they're expected to produce, this is just 9 months. I'll bring this back up. 9 months right here. This 338. It's going to be over 400 million pounds of copper they're going to produce. 400 million pounds of copper. Well, we're up $1 in a month and a half in prices. What does that mean? That's 400 million extra dollars. Nobody's talking about that with these gold companies. Not to mention, do you really think gold is going higher or lower? I think it's going to go a lot higher over the next few years as central banks continue to spend like crazy. They weaken fiat currencies. That's not going away anytime soon. So you look at these gold producers, they're trading at a market multiple, 18, 19 times forward earnings. Actually, that's below a market multiple because they're trading over 21 times forward earnings now on the S&P 500. Yet they're growing at 70, 80, 90%. They're growing these earnings. That's compared to what, 5, 4%? That's what's expected at the end of this year. Earnings growing, 4%. I mean, look at 15, 20x greater. They're growing faster. If you take out the Barracks and the Newmonts, if you just took them out and did a screen, you would think these are technology companies with their margins. Their mines, they're profitable. You're looking at 12, 1,300. These guys are making money. It's 1,900. Now you're throwing in copper, which if you look, and I looked at all these presentations, they're not even talking about copper. Newmont doesn't even separate copper. They include it in other, everything other than gold. And most of that's copper. But if you want to boom to companies, if you want to see these balance sheets, you want to see these guys really take off, And those earnings are going to explode. Their margins are going to get greater if gold goes higher. These guys are in perfect position. They're printing money. They're the ones that are printing money, not the government right now, which is incredible. So definitely get exposure to gold. Get exposure to the biggest producers. What are they? Newmont, Barrick, Anglo Gold, Kinross, Newcrest, Equinox. I mean, nobody's talking about copper. That's a major, major move. And Goldman thinks it's going 30% higher, and they made a great case for it. They made a really great case for it.